What's good? It's your boy Ty here, and I'm back with the Magic Intel, and I'm finna go in on some money tips for y'all. All right, and I'm also gonna put you on my business a little bit because I'm just watching people getting ate up in this economy. It's crazy what I see people doing, and the people that I talk to, I'm just be honest, I can identify the problem within the first 30 seconds of them actually speaking. So, what am I doing with my money? Let's go there first. What I am doing with my money, which may sound crazy and may not sound sexy, is that I am trying to live on this and I am trying to invest this. I am trying to lower my expenses all the way down so I can create a bigger margin so I can get rid of my money. I don't want any money sitting in my hands. I don't want piles of money sitting in my hand. I don't want a bunch of money in my checking account. I know this sounds crazy, but I don't want a bunch of money sitting in my checking account. That does nothing for me. When that money hits your checking account, that money is going to disappear. All right? That's essentially what you're saying. You're putting it in your checking account because you're about to go either pay a bill, you're about to go pay for a meal, you're about to go pay for whatever it is that you have to pay for. That's when the money should be sitting in your checking account, readily available. All right? Other than that, your money should be somewhere else. So what am I trying to do? Let's quick recap. I'm trying to lower my living expenses. Okay? Which means I'm not taking out crazy loans for cars, houses, whatever, or over leveraging myself in debt. Lowering certain expenses. Like I'm not looking to keep eating out extra crazy when I got a way of eating home cooked meals easily. I'm not trying to do any of that right now. All I need is my necessities and my kids' necessities. That's it. Everything else, I can pause it. And this is not saying, oh man, this guy's a square, like he's not gonna have any fun. Like, no, man, look, I have fun doing totally different things. All right. So my fun may not be fun for you guys, but I'm chilling right now. Trust me. Oh, I'm not miserable. I am chilling. I find fun in my work. I get to talk to you guys. I'm a content creator. I do other things on the side. I do gig work. I do all kinds of stuff, right? I'm never bored, okay? And I do have time for leisure, all right? And I do have a small little budget for that. But that's not what I'm doing, though, like overall, all right? I'm not just out here just trying to have fun every single day. Now, I identify the problem immediately when these people tell me, yo, I'm having this issue, blah, blah, blah. Yo, what's the sauce and blah, 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 blah. They see, that's everybody's problem. They're looking for some type of crazy strategic plan, but it doesn't always have to sound sexy. I used to be like that too. Like if it didn't sound sexy enough for me, I was like, man, that can't be the answer. That's too cliche. But no, here's the thing. Most answers are simple. Most of the answers that you need that will answer your prayers, that will change your life today, it's as simple as what I'm telling you. You are living an inflated lifestyle. And until you get rid of that, all of that debt, all of that, keep buying newer cars or whatever that you cannot afford instead of buying a straight out car, right, with no extra debt hanging over your head. You got to look the nicest. You got to go buy a bigger house than what you're supposed to. You got to go eat here. You got to go take this trip, blah, 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 blah. So remember, my plan is to operate on this as far as living and get rid of this. Like, well, Ty, why are you trying to get rid of your money? Because money, here's the concept of money that most people don't understand. Money is supposed to flow consistently. It's not supposed to just sit on you. Now, let me try to break down why I'm like saying this. If you are living, most of you are flipped on your head. I said this and I said I wanted to put out this. You guys are living on this and you guys are only trying to put out this, which means investing when I say put out. You're investing this or this worst case scenario, which means nothing. And you're living on all of your money. And you're trying to figure out why you're stressing the way you are. And not to mention, these are some of the same people that's complaining about getting taxed so heavily. Well, let me give you a little tip on how to get taxed less. The more money you got going out, that's shown on paper going out, the less they can actually tax you. They can't tax you on money that you're not hoarding, money that you're not, just going out and just spending regularly. They can't tax you on money that you don't have. So you need to look as if you don't have it. So when you live on this and put this out, you get taxed way less. But I'm not going into that all the way because that's something totally different. But I just want to, give you a little food for thought. And it may not be sexy, but you may have to get rid of that new car you got. You may have to sell some of these things, these liabilities off and get rid of them. You may have to do that and go get a simpler car for right now. Point A to point B. It's not going to kill you. Okay? A car is not an investment if it's not helping you make money. Some of you just have cars just to go to work. Okay, you can take the bus to go there. It's depending on where you at. I'm not saying that for everybody. Of course, I'm in North Carolina, so I mean, you kind of need a car, but you don't really make much money in the car, in the gas, getting back and forth. Honestly, you just kind of like working circles. And then you got when you got that, you don't own the car outright. The lien holders on there, and then you got higher insurance premium. So on top of that, you're paying another $200, $300 depending on who you are. Another $100 to $300. Like, it's unnecessary. Sometimes it's unnecessary, and listen, they're hitting you over the head. And not to mention, a lot of you guys are going to the terms. You're drawing these terms out. That's like 5 years, 7 years. 5, 6 years, whatever, right? I think it's longer than that now. I want to say you can go out, how many? I want to say you can go out 70, something like that. Whatever. Ridiculous, dog. Ridiculous. That interest is going to kill you. You're not paying it off super fast. You're paying it off the terms that they give you, which means you're paying interest before you even put money into the principal balance. But that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. Then a lot of you guys are rolling negative equity into the other car loan. So it's like you're just making it bigger and bigger and bigger. I have multiple vehicles and they are paid for. All right. And I don't have to worry about that debt over my head. That keeps me sleeping good at night. Right. So if anything was to slow down, which things slow down in my business all the time. Right. I don't always have like these crazy months where I'm just booming. Nope, I have drawdowns too. Guess what though? I'm not worried about the repo man coming to take my car. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about him. Maybe you guys are worried about him. You got that newer car, and most average car payments right now like $400 to $600 to $700, right? Instead of getting out of that, leave that alone for right now, because you can't afford that. The simple answer to where you could become a millionaire is just really understanding, like, humbling yourself, lowering your expenses, increasing the budget for deploying your dollars out so you can bring more dollars in. And that's how a lot of millionaires are created, right? Under the radar, where it's like, it's not like a pop star or a mega star that you've heard of, or any type of celebrity or whatever, right? It's like a regular everyday person. This is how they're getting to the millions. They realize something that you didn't. You're still playing around in a rat race trying to compete with, Tom, Harry, Riri, whoever you got that's around you, because they just got a new Mercedes Benz or whatever. You trying to compete, man. They in debt too. They not doing well. Like a lot of people that you think are doing well, they're not doing well. They're just hanging on. They're just hanging in there by a thread. And if their job fires them, it's over with. You might get a severance package or whatever, but if their job fires them, they're not gonna know what to do, because that whole time they weren't picking up no skills. They just working. They was locked in, grinding, hustling it out, and then boom, the job was like, something happened in the economy, and the job had to cut expenses and whatnot, and the company cut expenses. And you were one of them. And now you're out here with all this debt because you was living on this and trying to invest this. Real picky with and this is what I don't understand. So y'all be real picky with your investments. Well, I got to get this return on this. I got to make sure how long it's gonna take me. Okay, so if I invest this week, what can I get the next week? Yo, calm down. Do you do that when you go out to Chipotle 20 times a week? Do you are you worrying about when you go do your eat out or have your leisure activities, or you want to go buy them clothes, those sneakers or whatever? Do you do that then? Did you do that with that car? Okay, this is gonna cost me much of the interest rate here. So okay, boom. So I don't want to do this. No. Now you want to be all financially savvy when there's an investment opportunity in front of you, because you're thinking backwards. Your thinking is wrong. That's what I'm trying to get to you. That's what I'm trying to get through to you guys, right? And I know a lot of y'all not gonna watch this video, but hear what I'm saying. Here's the messed up thing about how we think. And here's the messed up thing about being broke or being poor or just being above poverty. The poorer you are, the poorer your decision-making skills are. All right? The less of an emergency fund you have, the worse decisions you'll make. And that is a fact. Don't believe me? That's a fact. I've been there, done that. I've made the worst decisions that I've ever made in my life was when I was completely broke and didn't know where my next dollar was going to come from. And y'all want to keep playing that game. Y'all don't really have a money problem. It's not that you can't go out and go get some type of money. The problem is that you're doing weird things with your money. You're doing crazy things with your money and expecting some crazy type of return from that. All of your money is going into liabilities. And then you're so picky and choosy and wishy-washy with your investments that bring in more money. And then you expect to live a luxurious life for a long time. This is not going to happen. This is why a lot of people get cut short and you end up losing everything. I've seen it happen so many times. I've lost things because of how I was living. I'm telling you, and I'm way more humble to the fact now. Like I said, I don't have all of that debt. I have some debt and I'm cutting it down. I'm getting rid of it. I don't care about any of this extra stuff that people be talking about. It's overhyped. It's overhyped. And in 5 years, and that's a stretch. It might not even take me that long. I'm just setting the expectations and whatever. But in 5 years, I know I'm gonna be where I want to be at, where I want to be at. There's nothing stopping that. Only thing that was stopping that was me. And the only thing stopping you is you. And it's how you live right now. And you need to realize sometimes you need to get rid of certain things. It's not about adding on to your plate. Yo, what other strategy can I add? No, you need to delete some stuff. You need to get rid of some stuff. You need to change your behaviors. How you think about money is not even realistic in the real world, and that's why you're losing. And you keep trying to figure out who's gonna be in office and all of that. It's not gonna benefit you directly. It's not. They don't care about you. You gotta care about you and your family. You keep doing them a disservice, keep thinking about you, and living how you want to live. But you're not paying attention to what you're doing with your resources, your time and your resources. Again, what you should be doing right now. This is not for the rich people. This is for the people that's trying to get out of debt, get where they need to be, get to a better life, live how they want to live, or, get to the millions or whatever they're trying to do or whatever, right? Scaling up isn't always about adding something on. Scaling up could also mean getting rid of something, all right, to optimize whatever it is, that you're doing, okay? So in order for you to optimize what you're doing right now, you have to get rid of the freaking weights. You have weights on you. That's what debt is, okay? Debt's like a noose around your neck. So you got to get rid of that first. Once you get rid of that, you got your point A to point B car or whatever. You need to do some gig work or whatever. So do whatever you can in the beginning, right? Once you get rid of your debt, do whatever you can to fully make your safety net. Once you make your safety net, which could be 3 months saved up, 6 months saved up of your total monthly expenses, that's what you should be working on, right? We work on that. Once we have that, now you can make more financially sound decisions, because now you're not a paycheck away from, getting cut short or whatever and losing your house. You're not a paycheck away from losing your car. You don't have that type of stress on you. When you're stressed, you can't make the decisions that you're supposed to make. You're going to take a lot of risky bets. It's going to be real risky. So the lower it is, the riskier your lifestyle is. You don't want to be like that. You want to be able to have some, time to breathe and sit on certain decisions. This is why they got those payday loans, and they killing people with them payday loans, because they already know. Payday loan companies, they already know, man, I can charge them whatever interest I want. They desperate. They gonna take this money. So that's how you get caught every time. So build up that safety net. Now it's like, once you build up that safety net, because right now, I can say it could be like 50 going into debt, 50% of your money going into debt, 50% going into your necessities. When you clear out that debt, now you're building up your safety net. Your safety net, 50% going into your safety net, 50% going into your expenses. And this, of course, this is if applicable, like if you're making enough money or whatever, right? And of course, I'm gonna get to that in a second if you don't make enough money, but just listen to what I'm saying. This is if you have a decent job or whatever, or you have a job to where you can do what I'm saying. You got 50% of that that canceled out the debt. Now the next tier is you want to hurry up and get a emergency saving fund, right? 50% going into your savings. You're not touching that. 50% going into your everyday expenses or whatever, so you can live. Now you graduate from that. Now you got a safety net up. Now you can start putting in about you can get aggressive with some of your investments now. Because why? Because if something happens, or if you lose your job and whatever, you got a safety net. And you've been working on your skills or whatever. You've been building up, getting this certification, that certification, whatever you've been doing. But you do have a safety net to where you are not going to be put out of your home. You're not gonna get your car taken away from you. Your kids are gonna have what they need if you have kids. Okay, your spouse or whatever. All right, so you can live. So once you get that, now it's time you don't want to over save. So now it's time to deploy as much. This one, it's time to live like this. Live off this, because you got your safety net put up already. Now your checking account should be starving, almost. Put about $500, man, a couple $100 in there, or whatever, for like quick stuff, like stuff you got to handle or whatever the heck, or you want to go buy yourself something, whatever. Put a small amount into the checking, because checking means it's about to go out. That's how you should just program yourself to think that way. If I put it in my checking account, it's about to go out. Put it in your savings, okay? Interest-bearing savings, and then you'll be good. Put your money, put the rest of your money in some type of savings, and put the rest of your money in some type of asset or whatever, right? So think about it. Let's just say you do like a ride share or whatever, right? Or whatever you do. A car might be an investment for you, right? Okay, so that's like an asset for you at this point. You can actually flip the switch and make that an asset, but you need to get a work car, not a new car for that. Just get a decent one. Find something decent and whatever. Now you're making money off of that and whatever. This is if you don't have money, because if we getting to the point to where you don't have enough for that. You're like, yeah, I see what you're saying with the percentages and whatever, but we don't have enough. My problem is I'm not making enough. So if your problem is you're not making enough, then that means, yes, you do need to pick up and do something else other than what your job is. Or if you don't have a job, you do need to pick up something that, whether it's gig work or whatever, 1099, that you can do for right now, or do W-2 and a 1099 or whatever you may have to do in order to get across that line to where you're making enough income to, survive or make that safety net, whatever, because that your job may be only supplying you with enough income to handle your everyday tasks, like your living, right? Your living expenses. And then, after that, you don't got no money to put out anywhere. You don't got no money to invest. So what do you do to do that? You go and get some gig work. You go do DoorDash. You go do Grubhub, whatever you need to do in order to make extra money. And you add, that's your investment money, or that's your savings money and whatever, right? And eventually you can shave off one of those tasks. Either you can get rid of your gig job or whatever, or you can get rid of your job because you done built up so much, and now you invested into your business, you invested it into whatever you got going on, and it's starting to pay dividends now, right? And it's starting to give you money back. So that honestly, that's the plan. So you're supposed to be putting in as much money as possible towards things like that, instead of trying to live on this large amount. Like I tell you, and now you see what I'm saying. Like, most people's mindsets flip upside down about money. I want to keep all my money, and I want to enjoy it, and I want to do what I want to do because I work hard for it and whatever. And then eventually they're gonna be like, you know what? I'm tired of living like this. It's the same, all the same people. They just go through moods. They go through moods and phases. 1 minute, yeah, I'm finna do this, blah, 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 blah. Then when stuff get hard and the economy start changing or whatever, they get fired or whatever heck happened to them. Oh my God, I'm just so stressed. You did it to yourself. Nobody make you go take that car loan out, bro. Nobody made you buy that $400,000 house, bro. Like, nobody made you do any of that. Like, you did that. You did that. And it's time for you to start taking accountability. Just like we all had to do. Just like I had to do. Certain decisions that I made that was messed up and whatever, that I still had to deal with some of those decisions that I made, back when. So, again, it wasn't the sexiest video, whatever. I didn't intend for it to be. I just wanted to be straightforward, man. I just wanted to let y'all know, like, what's holding you back and why you can't seem to get a break. It's probably because of some of the things that I said. And if you are one of those people, please, take it upon yourself to, hold yourselves accountable and take action. Don't just listen to this video and, like, not do anything. Take action, man. Like, especially if you young, like, even if you 30s, 40s, whatever, yo, you still got time. You got time. And if you're in your 20s and you're watching this, listen to what I'm saying. I am you in the future. I am you from the future. And I'm telling you what not to do. Don't go be like them. We were trained and this stuff was advertised. Loans and all of this stuff, these are products from the banks. So the same way some Apple might try to sell you an Apple Watch or an iPhone or whatever, because it benefits them, it's the same way banks are going to sell these to you. Yeah, get this mortgage. Yeah, get this car loan. Yeah. And I'm just saying, if you can get rid of it, get rid of it until you can really do it, and it's not taking up a big percentage of your income. All right. And let me add one more thing onto this car. Stop shopping by the car payment. Shop by the total outright price. Please. It's not just about that. It's not just about the car payment, yo. It's way more to it than just the car payment. And that's what traps people. Oh, yeah, this payment is affordable right now. I can do that. Yeah, for how long? And you don't own the car. Always keep that in mind. You don't own the car until it's paid off. And by that time, if you're going by the terms and you got 70-something months, 60-something months, you're paying possibly 5 to 10 grand more than what the car actually is, depending on the interest rate that you actually got. So sometimes it's not really worth it, because a car is man-made. It's built to fail. It's gonna fail. So what if you do get a point A to point B car and you got got to do a little fixing on it or whatever. So what? So what? You're still gonna have to maintain the new car too, on top of the car payments. How much money are you really saving? Oh yeah, I got a better car and it won't break down on me. Who's to say a new car won't break down on you? I'm just saying, yo, like, so it is what it is. I know they got warranties and all of that stuff, but some of y'all are not. Some of y'all are going to buy here, pay here places, and you're getting a newer car, and you're not. You're getting a newer used car, and it's putting payments on you, and it's not the best situation for you right now. I'm not saying don't go get your cars or whatever. I'm saying just, can you just wait? Can you just practice patience? That'll pay you. Patience pays. I know. I wish I would have been patient years ago. Cause me and you be having a total, bro. I'm telling you, like, I'll be doing way better than what I'm doing right now. And I ain't doing bad. I mean, I'm good, bro. I'm always gonna, you know, find. I'm just positioned. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, like, bro, I don't know, man. I'm just having a regular conversation with y'all, like I'm just talking, like I'm talking to my folks, and you right here in front of me, like, you know, please take heed to what I'm saying and stop playing yourselves. All right.